Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make these monster gluten-free double chocolate chip cookies. You can see how decadent they are, y'all, so let's not dilly-dally and let's get right into it. I already have 140 grams of Kim's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend in this little bowl, and I'm adding to that 75 grams of Dutch processed cocoa powder, the dark stuff, 3/4 a teaspoon of kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'll give this a quick whisk. You could sift them together, but this is just easier in my opinion, and it does the same exact thing. This recipe is adapted from Samantha, if I'm saying this right, Senavarotny on the New York Times cooking channel on YouTube. You can click on that video from the link above. I've tweaked it slightly with a few alterations to suit my taste and, of course, to make the cookies gluten-free. Okay, I'll set this aside and I'll begin creaming the butter and sugars together. I have 141 grams of butter, which is at room temperature, 150 grams of dark brown sugar, and 133 grams of granulated sugar. And I'll cream these together for a good 5 minutes on like medium to medium high until the mixture is light and creamy. And as you can see here, it is much lighter in color and texture than when it first started. I'll stop the mixer and add in 1 egg, which is at room temperature, and about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, give or take. You know I never measure my vanilla. And just let that mix in just until incorporated. You don't need to go crazy on the mixing time. And then I'll add in the dry ingredients, maybe about half at a time, because I once again picked my scraper blade, which, does such a good job of scraping, but it also makes everything go flying. So I want the chocolate in the cookies and not on my counter. Now for the chips. These actually aren't chocolate chips, but they're called Calabo, Calettes, Calais, however you call them. I always have them on hand for all my chocolate making and baking needs, but you can use chips if you'd rather. This is real chocolate here, so Samantha uses all dark or semi-sweet chocolate. I can't remember, but I like the contrast of half semi-sweet and half milk chocolate. I have 150 grams each, and I'm not going to add all of them because I want some of the chips left over for the top of the cookies. I'll spread this out into a rectangle as best I can. That's about 1 inch thick. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm going to add the rest of the chips on top and then just wrap it up and get it as uniform as possible. And here's the hardest part of making these cookies, y'all. We have to let them chill for 24 hours. I know it's a long time to wait for chocolate decadence, but trust me on this. Everything hydrates. All the flours hydrate, and the cookies end up being perfect and are well worth the wait. I promise you. So this block has already been in the fridge since yesterday. And I'm going to divide this into 6 very large cookies. I really wanted the monster cookies, y'all, but Samantha, I think she makes 9. And they're still large, but they're smaller than these. If you'd rather make the 9, that's fine. And I'll mold these into huge spheres. And by the way, you can do this in advance and freeze them just like this in a zip top bag and then just bake them off whenever the chocolate urge strikes, just adding a few more minutes to the bake time. And I'll put just about 3 on one cookie sheet because they will spread. And I'll bake these at 350 F for about 18 minutes. You still want them soft in the center when you take them out of the oven because they're gonna continue to firm up as they cool down. But while they're still hot, straight from the oven, I like to sprinkle some Maldon flake salt on each one, or kosher salt if you don't have the flake salt, and a good hefty dose too, because I am a sweet, salty lover, and I feel like something this decadent needs that saltiness to kind of balance out all the flavors. I mean, y'all, there is absolutely nothing wrong with these cookies in my book. they're they've got the crispy edges, and then the inside is just the softest, gooeyest, heavenliest, chocolatiest, all the things. Don't skip out on the salt if you can help it too. It makes these cookies, y'all. Enjoy.